I'm hoping that the volume has sort of changed now. We've had to change quite a few settings around. Just gonna wait to make sure I can hear myself on the screen. Right, there we go. So sorry about that. I mean, I'm babbling for about 10 minutes there by myself. So yeah, so everybody joining now. Welcome to LNR's. Oh, that's Connor into the wall and somehow didn't do no damage, I believe. No, he lost the front wing. For some reason, that didn't show on my screen. So yeah, we are back racing here on the Tuesday night here at LNR around Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Tough track to master. You know, a lot of high force. You know, like speed straights down here, followed by a lot of tight corners. You know, it's perfect setup here. It's definitely the way forward. You know, in the meantime, I was talking to myself, which was a bit awkward. So we've got Angry Dutch obviously a 1:28.8 to set a fastest lap, and as I say that, Joseph has set a fast lap as well, 1:28.7, so a tenth exactly faster than Angry Dutch guy. I mean, we'll go on board with Mr. No, so we're on board with Wolsey, who just started his lap, so we'll stay on board with Wolsey here. Also as well, that is Jimmo going a lot faster than Wolsey, but I'm not too sure if Wolsey's got damage. So he hasn't. Maybe he's doing a burner lap. Also another thing as well, I mean, I'll go through a couple of boys driving. You can notice there's a pattern with a lot of drivers here, especially Wolsey making it quite obvious there. A lot of blue and yellow helmets out there, obviously showing support to, you know, the tragedy that we've got happening in Ukraine at the moment. You know, it's not that pleasant, but the boys here, you know, showing their respect, showing their support. I mean, here you got both Williams drivers supporting the Ukrainian flag here, which again is nice to see. So yeah, you know, LNR making their own little tribute to Ukraine, you know, showing exactly their opinions and you know, not to get too political in this, but you know, showing you know, respect. You know, it's a touchy subject to get onto, but you know, every little helps, you know. So we'll go on board with Wolsey, who again we're waiting to set a lap. I mean, come around here, you know, he's 1:36, so maybe this has got low fuel mode as well. So I'm not too sure what's happened there. He's not going in the pits, he's going back out. Maybe he knows something that we don't. So yeah, that is very strange. What he's doing here. So we'll jump on board. Let's see who we've got. So we've got Woolsey is 8 tenths up, so a fast lap there. So on board with Grimmy, who overtook Wolsey, looking quite fast as he's coming down sector 2 here. Also, just to let you boys on update as well, you know, I'm not doing comms. If all goes well, I won't be doing comms by myself tonight. Colin is just running a little bit late. Just bear with me as well. First I'm doing comms by myself, so if I do end up talking about a lot of nonsense and start babbling on myself, I do apologise, but it's, you know, I'm going to try and cover as much action as we can here. Grimmy is 7 tenths up on his times, and that's a purple sector 2, so he is looking to challenge top 5 if he can continue this pace here. Wolsey has left the session in the pits, I'm not too sure what's happening there with him. As Grimmy is coming up, final corner, lovely way exit there. You know, you need every sort of speed you can get coming out of that corner, and that puts Grimmy on a 1:29 flat up into 4th place. So yeah, purple sector 3 as well there, so that is a rapid lap. You know, especially around this track where, you know, there's not much room at all to make any errors. You know, too much curb, spinning out into the wall. And was that Blumchum lost an impact? No, I'm not too sure what that was. He looked like he might have picked up a bit of rubble from another car possibly. As he set a sector 1 purple. So Blumchum looking to take sector 1, maybe sector 2 purple from his teammate Grimmy in a Ferrari. As he's coming through sector 2 now. This little sector here is rapid out, but again, you know, you get that entry line wrong and you're straight into the wall. You know, as I said just now, there is no, like it's purple sector 2 as well. Blumchum is looking possibly to take the fastest lap here. He's coming around the final corner now. I mean, he is flying. This is looking to be taking first place here for the qualifying. He's got the low fuel mode on now. Hopefully that doesn't affect him. Yep, going across the line. And yeah, that is a 1:28.3, so he has smashed pole time here. Well, it will be a first grid, but nevertheless, a 1:28.3, that is solid. Yeah, that is a solid lap right there. So as we go on board, we've got Angry Dutch guy coming back out as well. I mean, maybe he's not happy with P3, maybe he just wants first. I know Angry Dutch guy does get competitive, you know. He's probably one of the most competitive drivers on the track, you know, he lets everyone know, but you know, that's why we all love him. He's not afraid to speak his mind. So yeah, so he's definitely looking to take back his fastest lap and get podium, get pole position there. We've got Grimmy, Grimmy is still going round, and he's a 10th up on his time as well, so let's see what Grimmy can do here. They're a 10th up from sector 1 to beat his teammate. He needs to buy about another 3.5 tenths just to be safe. That's a 10th sector, which is possible, and that's a 10th up as well. So he needs to find a 10th and a half. Yeah, he is fine. He is. Yeah, I mean, I've been watching Grimmy. You know, Grimmy is one of these guys here that will race, you know, qualifying not an issue. I mean, he does get hold up in, you know, some stuff that he can't control during a race, you know, which is not his fault, but yeah, he is, you know, again, one of the top drivers up here. And he's coming up to the finish line, and he's done 1:28, so he lost a bit of time in sector 3 there. But yeah, as I say, you know, these boys here, you know, you can't just, you know, we know we had RP Live last season, as well as Riley, you know, dominating the Ferrari, you know, but again, you know, it wasn't with ease, you know, like, they might have had the most points throughout the race, but they had to fight their way to get there, and you know, that's what makes this league very interesting to watch and commentate on, because there's action everywhere. That is Mad Max starting his lap there. So is that a Mercedes or Dunners, I believe? Yeah, about to start his lap as well. So we're going to try and find someone who is coming up to the end. So who's that in Aston Martin? That is Joseph on his out lap. So again, so Blumchum's retired. So Blumchum is happy with his lap. I'm going to jump aboard Angry Dutch actually, because he is looking to take that pole position away from Blumchum, even though it won't be a pole position, it'll be a first grid, but you know, everyone wants to be on top, and he's got, oh, he's slowed down. Is that low fuel mode? That's kicked in too late. Yeah, that is low fuel mode, and then he had a car in front of him as well. I don't know if that slowed him down, so we're going to jump on board back with Woolsey, I believe, who's invalidated. So then that's a Riley, so then it's a Ferrari of Grimmy. So he's also in low fuel mode, so then who's that? Any other rule that must be that was in the pits. That's Ryan, who's 2 tenths up on his time and invalidated as well. That is Mad Mac next across the line. That's Jackie retired as well. Is that a retirement on track or in the pits? We know. As Mad Max is going into the pit as well, so we're going to jump on board with Dunners, who's 7 tenths up on his time, so he's going to be looking to go again. And we'll jump on board with Killers, who's improved to 1:29.2, so everyone improving, and that is it for qualifying. So we've got RP Live who's invalidated, so that's his quali finished. A Riley. So is that third Jake? No, that is, who's that in RP Live? So yeah, so it would be jump on board that A Riley who's 2 tenths up. You know, so that will make him looking possibly for 10th place here. So we come to the final corner, see if he possibly found another couple of attempts to moving up a couple of places. And he's posted a 129.3, so that's moving up into 9th place. So, oh, that's interesting. We've got a Mercedes and McLaren there. Dunners, and I believe that is Mad Max who... Yeah, no, that's Quick Killers. I don't know why he's on the back of him when he's qualifying, because Quick Killers is finished. He's got a checkered flag. It's a bit weird there by the AI. So qualifying is complete. We shall wait for the official results. So yeah, so Blumchum in P1 who smashed it with nearly 3.5 tenths quicker of Joseph. Joseph in second, Henry Dutch guy in third, 4th will be RP Lai, Grimmy in 5th, Quick Killers in 6th, Jimmy is 7th, Jackie 8th, A Riley 9th, Mad Max in 10th. So obviously that will be a reverse grid going into the sprint race. Then in 11th Ryan, 12th is Woolsey, Sir Jake in 13th, Dunners 14th, 15th Errors, 16th Connors, 17th Woolsey, 18th Mr. Jace. And as mentioned as well, you know, we've got a lot of Ukrainian flags showing their support again, you know, for the tragedy that's happening at the moment. So as we are waiting for everyone to get ready, make sure make any tweaks or anything if needed. Obviously limited to their front wing differential time tire pressures. So yeah, just gonna wait for the countdown to appear. So there's also a error saying no one ready up on the grid. So I'm not too sure what's happening there, but yeah, just everyone that's watching, obviously please don't ready up. Again, you know, while I've got nothing to commentate on, just want to apologise, you know, for any mistakes I make. You know, like I said, it's the first time doing comms alone, not experienced as my co-commentator Colin, who's an actual pro at this. So yeah, as we you know, we've got a nice wall of the pit wall there. But yeah, anyone watching, you know, if you've got time, feel free to comment on your predictions. I'm gonna stick with Joseph. You know, we missed last race, but the race beforehand, Joseph was ridiculous. You know, he got unlucky with the safety car. You know, would have been nice to see if he could have pulled off, you know, that pit stop, you know, going from 5th to 1st place, because he had a lot of pace. But yeah, we've got a countdown now happening, so we will have a safety car here as well, I believe, of the not a safety car, sorry, formation lap, I would imagine. So yeah, so here comes the formation lap. I don't know what it is as well, just, you know, even in real life in the game, just night tracks here and Dubai and Singapore, it just looks so 10 times better. You know, and I think that they should do a lot more night races in F1. Obviously time zones will affect that, but yeah, it's just a thing of beauty watching these cars go around, especially with the floodlights and the street lights on. It's just ridiculous how good they look. going to be an interesting start here, because obviously we have a long run down into turn 1 and 2. You know, in real life we saw a couple of issues between Hamilton and Verstappen. So I mean, hopefully we don't get none of that. No one being forced off track. Obviously, it's going to be hard not to, even if you're not trying to. You know, if you've got that racing line, then everyone's got to work around, you know, finding space or, you know, backing off. You know, I've seen a lot of boys here, you know, they don't, and obviously no one wants to back off from, you know, if you're looking to make an overtake here, no one wants to back off. But you know, it's sort of like, it's always another lap, you know, there's always another corner to overtake here. So hopefully we don't end up like bumper cars and have a lot of safety cars here. But again, you know, it's, you know, if you rub the chicanes too much on the curb, it's going to be hard to control the car. I mean, that is a comment coming through as well. Just jump on board with that. Ryan's in the game now, just too loud. Okay. Yes, yep, so I'll try and change that. Apologise as well, just while I sort out the mic settings. Hopefully that is a lot better and you guys can hear me. As I have missed, oh hello, and now the volume game is gone off. So that is Ryan though, in the meantime, with a wing going off. So I apologise for this, but just while I sort this out. Okay, and there's the volume back. So yeah, so I mean, I sort of missed that. Ryan has lost a wing. We'll jump on board with Joseph, who's picked up the lead as well. With Blumchum, England, that's going to be live following for the sprint race here. We'll have a look at positions change as well. So yeah, Joseph made it 1 position up, 3 positions, quick killers. We've got Angry Dutch guy on the back of quick killer as well. I mean, looking to make a move here, looking out the outside, but again, this is one of them tracks where every move you make, you know, has a massive consequence. He's going around the outside here. Has he got enough room? Yeah, he's made enough room, all being squeezed at the exit there. And that is allowing RP lie behind to catch up. Are we going to be looking three-way wide into turn 1 and 2? You've got Grimmy as well looking on the back here. And that is Angry Dutch guy making a lovely move there. Squeeze on the inside. Oh, and that is quick killers into the wall. Don't know if that has done any damage. And it looks like it's off track as well. And that is him gone. That is quick killer's gone. It looks like he had a shunt behind, but I'm not too sure what's happened. So that it's a virtual safety car. We've got Ryan leaving the pitch there, so that is unfortunate for quick killers there. I don't know what has happened there. I mean, while we got the safety car, I'm just going to change my game setting quickly and turn the sound down. So hopefully that might be better audio wise as well. Heads up on Colin as well, he's loading up the game now, so hopefully, you know, you haven't got to put up with my my lack of commentating here, you know, better in a pair than solo, you know. Hopefully, you know, one day I'll get the experience to, you know, be able to confidently do comms by myself. So as the VSC's ended as well, we've got Blumchum looking to make a move on Joseph here. Nice battle up front, and I believe we've got Angry Dutch guy and RP lie behind having a battle as well. Yeah, look at that view. 2 cars for a battle for 1 and third and third place, sorry. And that is RP Line looking to make a move, and behind we've got Riley that made a move on Mad Max. Grimmy's in the pits. Oh, has Grimmy got damage as well that we missed? Yep, that is a new wing, so not too sure. Again, I missed what's happened there. So as we go back, let's have a look, see what we've got further down the grid. Is that Sir Jake? That is Sir Jake. Yes, looking to make a move on Connor. Connor looked like he rubbed the wall a little bit too there. No, it's going to slow him down, but I don't think he did. It might have just been the angle I'm looking at because he's making a little gap now. So we've got errors off track as well, so not too sure what's happened there, but errors dropped down quite a few positions there. And that is Mr. Jace letting a car error behind, so yeah, I'm not too sure what's happened between them two, giving back a position in it right there. So we've got, they've done us another 3-second warning again. Like I said, this is, you know, a hard track, you know, for corner cutting. You know, like I said, you brake too late, and that, you know, will mess you up for the chicane as well. So as we have a look, we've got Blumchum made a move as well on Joseph at some point, so I missed that, but Joseph has DRS here, so I would imagine a nice overtake here. Blumchum set the fastest lap of 1:31.363 to start us off with, and the game's died down, and I think that sounds like Colin may have entered the party. Yeah, so Colin is now back in for commentators to save my ass.
Yeah, do apologise, mate. I'd completely forgotten about the time change.
Yeah, that's alright, mate. I thought it was 8 o'clock, not 9 o'clock. That's why I've been so early. Blumchum picked up a 3-second penalty there. So Joseph as well, you know, purple sector 1 there. If we go back, we look like, yeah, A. Riley's on the back of Jimmer now as well. So that's A. Riley. Speaking of him, that's picked a 3-second penalty.
So I'm going to be a minute.
That's alright. I'm sort of coping, mate. I've had a... Oh, that's Blumchum on the back of Joseph. Yeah, I had a mismatch. I was commentating for about 8 minutes of the qualifying and forgot to change my setting over, so my sound picks up on the broadcast.
So basically what you were saying is nobody could hear a damn word you were saying.
Yeah, I was, yes,
brilliant.
Yeah. No, not half an hour, about 8 minutes. But it's,
yeah, well, you know, what's the difference for you?
Oh, 5-second penalty for corner car and Mr. Jace, who's gained 1 second.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's... Blumchum made a lovely move on Joseph, and that's Jimmer that's DNF'd. So is that going to be our first? That is our...
anywhere.
So yeah, so we're on lap 4. We lost Quick Killer, which was a VSC, and now we've lost Jimmer.
Is this just the sprint?
This is the sprint now. Yeah, so this isn't the feature race, mate.
Right, I'm going to tell you right now, because I've joined late, I'm going to get dumped in a car for the feature race. I can tell you that's going to happen now because it happened in
you know why?
last week for another
because
week.
Remember they set up a new lobby for the feature race, so you're safe.
Of course I do. Yeah,
you are safe. You don't have to do a 1-lap commentating.
Yeah, I forgot we shut down in between, don't we, for this week? It's because obviously I don't on an F2 on a Monday night, so. Yeah, so funny. Just not there yet.
Funny story was in our league, me and Colin do. Him and another Colin were doing comms, and they joined late. And for the first lap of every session we done,
we were having YouTube issues because of the new version of YouTube screwing us over. That's what happened.
And
Let's not pretend it wasn't YouTube's fault.
Yeah, and yeah, for the first lap of
Oh, give me a back a minute.
They had to commentate from the cockpit of a car, which I've never seen before.
I had to do it for the sprint race, and then both of us had to do it for the feature race.
Yes.
That was a shambles, but we did our best. So
we're going to have a look at the tyres.
Everyone was amused by it, so, you know, it wasn't a complete loss.
Yeah, it's a complete first.
Everybody in the comments was just laughing at us.
So everyone has pitted. Obviously, we've got the top 12 on mediums, Dunners and Errors on a soft, Mr. Jace on the mediums, and Ryan's on a soft. The mediums, I mean,
there's not been a whole lot of movement either in terms of drivers up and down. I mean, other than the two that are DNF'd.
Yeah,
Ryan's lost a little, Grimmy's lost a little, but the rest are kind of only within a few positions. Oh, apart from Connor, who's up 7 places. but the rest are kind of around about where they started.
Yeah, so we had Blumchum, I believe it was Blumchum, I've got to get this right here, Blumchum, Joseph, Angry Dutch Guy, and I believe it was Grimmy, and I can't remember who the fifth one was our top 5. Yeah, Quick Killers looked like a bit of contact, went off track, it looked like he was shunted up the rear, whether that was obviously not intentionally, whether it was just sort of they didn't adjust the way his braking point is, and unfortunately that sent him straight into the wall. Jimmer, I didn't manage to catch that. I'm not too sure how he DNF'd.
Okay.
But yeah, it's our first. Well, we had a VSE for Quick Killer, and obviously a safety car here for Jimmer.
Right, you know that with the what the guys were saying earlier about struggling to hear you over the game. Did you just adjust your
I adjusted
main game volume, the master volume down? So I knocked it down to around about 5.
I've put mine down to 2, so I put mine down to about 8 or 7.
Yeah,
8.
I dropped mine down to between 3 and 5, depending on how I feel at the time. But usually 5's about the highest I can go, because otherwise it's too loud.
I shall do that now. Oh no, master volume's on 6, so hopefully that's a lot better.
Well, he was asking if I was common, so I do hope everyone can actually hear me.
Have you changed your setting?
Trust me, my settings are already there. And I know my settings are already there because I almost got into trouble Sunday night. Or rather Monday night when they checked the...
safety car, I'll check my settings and make sure that... Gen broadcast settings. So audio zone, yeah, so everything is share party audio, so yeah, everything is all in line on my end.
Ryan said he can hear us both fine, so that's alright. It's just,
perfect.
I was just wondering, because Connor had just tagged me saying you not on comms. So I wondered whether possibly he couldn't hear me or something.
Yeah. Hopefully, so we've got a safety car.
Alright, it may just be Connor going nuts again, don't worry. He does that.
Yeah. Maybe trying to put a leg.
No, I deal with Connor regularly, so he's probably just lost the plot,
so
don't worry about him.
We have got the safety car coming in this lap here. So, and I'm going to be honest, I've never seen a safety car restart around here, so it's going to be interesting. It should be fairly simple.
I've never seen a race around here, but having done a few 5-lappers with no damage on and seen the sheer scale of the impacts that can happen, I know it's quite easy to write on around
I done a race in another league, and I believe there was a few guys here. I remember Angry Dutch Guy being there. I think Grimmy or Wolves and Quick Killer might have been in that league as well. And yeah, so we've got a restart here. Oh, that is that RP Light Leg? We're going side by side.
Grimmy into the pits.
And that's Angry Dutch Guy and RP Light battling there.
Odd choice of time.
RP Light is looking for
and that is a pit stop as well. I thought maybe he was serving a drive-through or something, but no, he's actually dropped him for a new front wing.
I was going to say maybe damage there. So we've got Jackie that's fallen behind a few places there. Yep. So yeah, Jackie has no wing.
Yep, Jackie has no wing and he was facing the wrong direction, and I think Sir Jake's lost a little bit of ground off the back.
Error's gone off track there, and that's allowed Dunners to make a nice move there. And he's got Ryan on the back of Error as well. Ryan's looking to make a move, going to send it down on the inside, which he does, outbrakes him. That's a lovely move there. Probably one of the only corners you can safely make a move with enough space.
Honestly, this is very much like Monaco. Because it's a street circuit, there's just not a lot. Oh, that is a very good view. I've got a Blumchum at the front there. Nice drone or helicopter view.
Oh, we've got a few more comments coming in.
That looks like spam. I've seen a few of those before.
Oh yeah, that's a spam.
Alexander wondered if he's needed for the 50% race.
I would imagine
I couldn't tell you. I was going to say, it depends if you're a driver on here tonight or not.
Yeah, because there is 2 cars available.
Just speak in the Discord. That's all I'd say, is speak to the admin in the Discord. Because we can't make those decisions, we're just comms.
Mad Max in the pit as well. I imagine that's for a new wing. And See, the problem with this track here, I mean, like I said, when I've raced it before, you could be faster than the car in front of you. You could have more downforce for the corners, or less downforce for the straights. And honestly, it is a pain to overtake here, because you're going to be looking for a move, and you know, where you have to back off a brake a lot earlier than what you need to, it's going to cost you time, and that allows the car behind to catch up, as well as you losing the ground on the car in front. As we've got Angry Dutch Guy, that is a lovely move from RP Lion, Angry Dutch Guy there, and that is a Riley looking to pick up the scraps as well, an Angry Dutch Guy here. So I'm going to stay on board with Riley, see if he can do the same thing RP Lion has done as well. Which I believe is the closest battle we have going, looking at the time differences. Oh, we got Dunners on the back of Wolsey 3/10, who's being currently sandwiched by the two Red Bull, one in front, one behind. So it's going to be interesting if there's any team talks here. But Dunners going around the outside, and he's looking to go down the outside on the final corner here, which is going to be really tight. I'm going to jump on board with this, because I'm not too sure on the cameras, but he has made that move. That is a lovely move, and Wolsey a little steering snap as well. So we've got the two Red Bulls now side by side to each other.
DRS is enabled now as well, with 4 laps to go with the sprint.
So Blumchum out in front, nearly a second on Joseph. I mean, we've seen Joseph, you know, like I was saying, the first race we had of this season, what he can do with DRS. So this is, you know, if Joseph can pull what he done in the first race of the season. He's already pulled out 3/10 already without being in the DRS zone. As Blumchum has rinsed his ERS, maybe not a bold move ever.
He's
another
only
3
got about
second.
13% at the minute. I'm actually just on board with him as he's rinsing a little bit more of it as well. Down to 6.
So we've got Dunners on the back of
ideal.
Honors as well. Joseph is now, I was going to go back on board with Joseph, because he is now 5
I've got a wicked view of these two as well, having a little battle.
That's Jake that's retired as well. I believe that's retirement in the pits. It does look like his car's going slow in the pits there. So maybe he's just not happy with his race here. I mean, like I said, this is a hard track, you know, as you say, it's a bit like Monaco.
It is.
And that is Joseph going down the inside. And that is him, obviously. I mean, he's got the penalty as well from Blumchum. Oh, and that's a yellow flag.
In all fairness, I find that the worst tracks to drive on are the street circuits. Your Monaco, your Jeddah, your Baku, what's the other one I was thinking of? Is it Singapore?
Yep.
You know, those sort of circuits are the harder ones to drive on and the harder ones to overtake on, because there have been street circuits, and I'm personally not a fan of any of them. That's being said, we do have Baku Sunday. You Friday, me Sunday, but same thing.
Yes, and also we've got a battle freeway here, and that's Connor that's made a move on Dunners. Ryan's moved up as well, 2 places as well. Moved
Connor up 8 places. Wolves is up 7. We've got Rulesy and Mr. JC are up 6 places apiece. I've not seen Rulesy in here.
Rulesie's 10th place.
No, I'm just thinking. I don't recall having seen him race with these guys before. I know him from another league, so I'm slightly confused.
No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've mentioned Woolsey before.
You know what? I probably haven't. It's probably just because you know the colour next to his name's changed because it's a change of colour or something like that. Like, my brain's just not with it at all.
Dunners made a nice move on Connor there as well, moving up. But again, 3 laps to go. I mean, Connor's looking sweet at the moment. If Connor can keep up these boys, 4 cars in front of him, 3-second penalties. Woolsey might not be affected. He's and that's Ryan and Woolsey. Oh, we got Woolsey and Woolsey. So our little list and speech impediment's going to be playing wonders here.
Yeah, this should be fun for everyone to listen to.
Yeah. And that's Woolsey going into the pits. That's interesting. New wing, I would imagine. Yep, new wing being put on there. Oh, we've got a lovely battle between Connor and Dunners here. Obviously, Dunners will be having DRS in the next sector if he can stay behind. He's right on his gearbox here through the S sector. Going a little bit wide there, lost a little bit of time as well. Again, with these S sectors here, they are so tight. You know, I imagine
this whole track is quite tight.
Yeah, and that's a little corner cut there by Connor as well, for the track limit warning, I would imagine. Oh, yeah, he's going to stay on board, and we'll see if Connors can, you know, he's just outside the DRS zone, but I think he might be able to pull that back here. And that's Mad Max, a 3-second time penalty as well.
I'm just sitting on with Dunners myself.
Blumchum's 2 tenths. Oh, as he enters the DRS straight, so this will be perfect time for Blumchum to make an overtake here. Which he goes down the inside, which again is just a smart thing to do, because now obviously that allows
to go. He's still got the penalty anyway, so Joseph's just going to sit in his DRS. That's all he's got to do. There you go, DRS. Yeah,
and yeah, I'm going to say,
have him straight back again here.
This is the thing, you know, with this track as well, with the DRS, you know, sector 3 and 1 and sector 1 so close to each other. Is it best to sort of not make an overtake in sector 3 and wait for sector 1, so you've got both
it's
DRS?
A little bit like at Abu Dhabi when we raced it. It's a matter of the DRSs are so close together that do you make the move on the first one, or do you wait for the second one, because otherwise they can come straight back at you on the DRS.
Yeah. I mean, this would have been that's 6 seconds, so that now puts RP Lai in 2nd place.
Yeah, this has not gone well for Blumchum at all.
Yeah.
In fact, it may even drop him outside the top 3.
No.
Depends.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
not quite, because no, A. Riley's he's got 3 seconds. He's about
got to get
he's got behind.
Yeah. Oh, and
I mean, to be fair to these guys, like,
oh, that's a Ferrari. That's Blumchum. Speaking of Blumchum, he spun out.
Oh, that's definitely not helped him. So
sideways. Luckily, he is ghosted, because that is not a place you want to be.
Because he just can't get straight again because of all the other cars. So he's now down in P9 with a 6-second penalty, which ain't going to affect him, because as it's saying on my screen now, Mr. JC's 30 seconds behind him, so with his own penalty.
Yep, and that's Error dropped 2 positions. So
he did just gain a lot of ground. That was
Error has lost a wing. So this is if Joseph don't want to cuss the commentator, but this is Joseph's race here. You know, again we missed the last race unfortunately, but Joseph picking off where he started on season 1. You know, unfortunately, you know, that safety car didn't allow him to push for that first place. He had a good comeback that race.
He did.
And then obviously making up for it here. Angry Dutch guy though will be looking to take.
He'll be looking to take possibly 4th place.
Yeah, if all goes well.
Unfortunately, there's quite a gap between A. Riley and Ryan, so he won't be able to capitalise on their penalties, but he will be able to capitalise on Ryan's.
Oh, that's Grimmy on the back of Mad Max here with 1 lap to go. Well, Grimmy's got a 3-second advantage as well, so that's no stress for him. You know, all he's got to do is just keep a tight line, keep it nice and tidy. Yep, and just and as he goes off track,
as he goes wide,
and that's the yellow flag.
Jack is DNF.
Yep. So I'm going to jump on
with Error and see if I can see that as he comes out the pitch. Yeah, it's on the exit of 2.
I'm going to jump on board with Joseph as he's coming around the final corner.
And he's completely sideways, and it's not ghosted either, so luckily Error did actually notice it wasn't ghosted and managed to avoid that. So
we've got Joseph here taking the checker flag here in 1st place for the checker flag out, for the sprint race. So then we've got RP Light to follow. Then A. Riley, Ryan.
To be honest, I think these guys have done really well, because it's so easy to crash out here. The fact that only 5 drivers actually crashed out is quite impressive.
Angry Ducks, I'm not too sure what happened to him, because he was looking at 4th place and now he's in 5th. He dropped a couple of positions on that last lap. So I'm not too sure what's happened there. I mean, there's no damage. Maybe he rubbed against the wall and got minor wing damage. Who knows?
Maybe, but he slowed down enough to leave Ryan in 4th place, so... Yeah,
and we've got Error, who we are just waiting for, coming through Sector 3 now.
The Connors had a good race. He was up 10 places, Dunner was up 7, and Wolsey was up 9. So there's been some good drives out there. Blumchum obviously had a bit of a disaster. He's been down 9 positions.
Yeah, that on those last few laps, unfortunately. Yeah, that happened to me in in our F2 race. I was doing quite well, so looking at third place and lost it on the final 2 corners with one lap to go.
I was filming that when I watched it happen.
You know, it can happen. You know, it's especially when you're trying to keep a tight line. So yeah, corner driver of the day making up 7 positions there. So
10.
obviously 10 positions. Sorry. So obviously, so far if he can have a good feature race, you know, he will be looking at driver of the day for us. But anything can happen with a 50% race.
It sure can.
So there we have obviously Joseph and there. So we've got the celebrations going off. I'm gonna cut this short just to make sure I can get obviously the race positions for the boys in the admin to sort out the grid.
And one of the boys up there had the Ukrainian flag on the podium.
Yeah, I touched that as well. I've mentioned a couple of helmets. I hope that didn't get picked up. Well, I hope it did get picked up with my mic. So we've got Joseph in first place, RP Lai in second, A Riley in third. So 2 old teammates, second and third there. Keeping the battle close. We've got Ryan in fourth, Angry Dutch Guy fifth, Connor making up, you know, 10 positions, take 6th place. Dunners took 7 positions to make 7th. Woolsey made up 9 positions to take 8th. Yep. Grimmy's dropped a few in 9th. Blumchum in 10th, who unfortunately did have that spin at the end. Mr. Jace making up 7 positions for 11th. Mad Max dropping back 2 for 12th. Error making up 2 places for 14th. And then obviously we've got we've got Jackie, Woolsey, Sir Jake Jimmer and Quick Killer, who all DNF'd unfortunately from 14th to 18th.
Yeah, Error was 13th, not 14th.
Sorry, 14th for Error, my mistake. And so that is it here for our sprint race. We will be back obviously in about 5-10 minutes, if that, for our feature race here around at Jeddah. So we'll see you in a bit. Oh no, it's still saying that we're on air for some reason.